Hey everyone, welcome back to White Sparrow Living, Luke 12:6. This is Wendy. Today we're going to be doing 3 Dollar Tree DIYs, and for our first project we're going to be using 2 of these hurricane vases, a mirror, and a candlestick times 2 because we're going to be making 2 of these, some Krylon flat white spray paint or whatever you have on hand, and then some Dollar Tree buffalo check wire edged ribbon, and then a needle and some black thread, my hot glue gun, scissors, and E6000. And so this is a super easy peasy project, and I'm just going to use my E6000 and some hot glue and put the mirror on top of the candle holder so that we're making kind of a little pedestal so that we can put our hurricanes on top of that. Once I get both of those done, I'm going to take these outside and spray paint them with a couple of coats of my Krylon spray paint. I'm using my granddaughter today to help me with these projects, and this is so easy, but it turns out really cute, I think, in the end, and will be perfect as an addition to your vignette. So I'm going to take my buffalo check ribbon and I'm going to measure out 2 feet, so 24 inches, and just cut that off. And then I'm going to take my needle and thread and I double it over and then tie a knot at the end, but I tie it twice so that it's kind of a bigger knot and won't go through my ribbon. The ribbon has kind of a loose grain, so it'll pop right through there, but I'm also not going to pull it tightly either. So all I want to do is fold it in half and get the middle, and then I'm going to go in and out pretty evenly. So I'm just using my squares of the buffalo check to measure where it is that I need to go in and out of. And then I'm going to wrap it at the bottom of my hurricane and tie it in a knot and gather it all together so it gives it some cutie patootie little poofies at the bottom. And then I'll tie a double knot with my thread and then cut that off and then just kind of spread it around and poofy it up and you're done. And so I'm going to put that on top of my pedestal, place a little votive candle inside of it, and that's it. Super easy, super quick, but super cute. And here it is all done. You can actually use this any time of the year, but I think it's so precious and so cute and gives you a couple of different heights and extremely simple, but even more importantly, super cinchy. So I hope you guys like this. For our next project, we're going to be using 4 of these 6x8 canvases, one of the short fat tin pots from the Dollar Tree, and then one of the words from this metal set, and we're going to use Harvest, and then some green floral foam, some different flowers colored for fall. And then I used this old DIY that I did last year when I first started my channel, and I'm going to use the top pumpkin because I didn't have the right size pumpkin for this project. So recycling is always a good thing. So I'm going to take off the first few rows of rope off of this planter. You can take this outside and spray paint it, but at this time it is 108 degrees outside, so I decided to go ahead and paint it with my chalk paint in my 73-degree craft room. So I'm just going to give this a couple of coats, and then I'm going to replace the rope back at the top using my hot glue gun. So now while that's drying, I'm going to take my canvases and remove the actual canvas material off of the wooden frames. And so I'm just using some needle nose pliers, and this takes a little bit of patience and a whole lot of muscle to get those out. So I just unwrap all 4 of those, and I'm going to use the frames on 2 of them completely the way they are, but on the other 2 I'm going to cut those so that they will be the full 6 inches across, and I just want those 4 bars. So I took those outside and cut those on my miter saw, but you can cut those however you want. You could use the little miter box or whatever. And then I'm going to take my hot glue gun and put those in place, and I want to make sure that the staple holes are facing down because my box is ultimately going to be standing up vertically. So you guys know I love my Perky prizes, and I received this Surebonder Cool Shot Low Temp glue gun from a sweet viewer, Debbie Z, and she was always concerned about me getting burned, and so thank you so much, Debbie, and I hope you're feeling better. So now I'm going to take some small nails and I'm going to put those in all 4 corners on both sides, so you'll need a total of 8 nails. And I keep checking just to make sure that my nail isn't going to go through the side of my wooden pieces. And so I tap gently and kind of move it just to make sure that it goes straight down and not out the side. And so once I get the first 4 in, I'm going to turn it over and put the other full frame on the other side so that I have a perfect little box. So now I'm going to stain this using my Waverly wax in Antique, and I'm running really low, but I just scoop some out with a craft stick, and then I'm going to add some water, and that's what that little orange spray bottle is. It's just full of water, and it's actually an empty bottle of eyeglass cleaner. So I'm using that, and I just spray some into a paper plate and then brush it on, and then I'm going to wipe it off until I get it to the darkness or shade that I want it to be. And I'm going to do that on the entire frame. So now I'm going to take my metal word that says harvest, and I'm going to use my Waverly chalk paint in ink, which is really black, and just paint that with 2 coats and let it dry in between those coats until it's nice and solid. And that's going to go on the front of my frame, which is actually kind of like a planter. So now I'm going to take my floral foam, and there's actually 4 different pieces in there. So I'm going to take off the top one so that it fits into my bucket, and then I'll hot glue the bottom of it. I never even take off the plastic covering because there's no point, and it keeps it all together. So I'm going to take my yellowy, I don't even know what color this is, but it's super pretty and super fall, hydrangeas, and I'm going to tuck those into the floral foam all the way around because my pumpkin's going to sit on top of it, so that'll be sticking out between the bucket and my pumpkin. And then once I get it all the way around the edge of the bucket, I'm going to take my fall leaves and cut those apart as well and tuck those in every now and then and kind of intermingle them with the flowers. Some of these picks have little berries and some veggies, and I don't even know what they are, but that's okay. They're super cute. And then I'm going to put my pumpkin right on top, and then I'm going to put everything inside of my planter. I did end up adding a piece of buffalo check ribbon to the top of my pumpkin, and I would have used my buffalo check pumpkin for this project, but I took off the top of him in that prior DIY, and I'll have that video listed in the description box below. But I really liked the black one with this as well. So just to add some more buffalo check, I'm going to take that and dovetail the ends, and then take a little piece of wire and cinch it in the middle, and then wrap it around onto my pumpkin top. And then I'm going to actually go ahead and add another cotton boll to the top of that. And here it is all finished, and as you can see, the tin pot fits perfectly into our little planter, and the lip of it just keeps it right in place. So I love these colors, of course, and I love the deep wood with the white. And then the harvest I thought could either be left as the galvanized metal, but I liked it black to match my black pumpkin. So I love how this turned out, and I hope you guys like it too. For our final project, we're going to be using 5 of these chenille covered pumpkins, some small Halloween pumpkin picks, and then from Walmart I have these eucalyptus stems that are $4 each, and then some scrap greenery and leftovers I have from prior projects. And then also from Walmart, this cotton stem, and there's I think about 12 bowls on this, and that's $4 also. So we had recently had our fence replaced, and so I had some scrap wood of the fence pieces, and so I'm taking this 1x4, and it's actually not even 4 inches. It was cut down for a piece that Michael J needed to finish a gate, so it's an odd size, but we just used it anyway. And so he cut down 2 sides, and then we only had 1 piece left, so we ended up cutting the 2 side pieces to fit a 5¼ inch fence slat for the other side of our fence. So because we only had this 1 piece of 1x4 that wasn't even straight all the way across, we just cut those off to fit that bottom piece that would serve as the bottom of my box, and then measured the leftovers and divided that by 2, which was kind of a headache, and then just cut that to that size so that I would have the 2 long sides of my box, if that makes sense. And you'll see that the box doesn't even match up right, and it's warped, but these were scraps, and I wanted this to look rustic and old, and it definitely does. So all we did was cut the pieces down, and then Michael J used his brad nailer and put those together, and then we're going to use some white chalk paint to paint that all up. So even though we were using scrap wood for this project, I do have the measurements in case you want to make this the same size. And so we have 2 pieces at 28½ inches by 3½ inches tall, and then 2 pieces at 5¼ inches by 3½ inches tall. And then for the bottom, I have 1 piece at 27 inches by 5¼ inches wide. So you don't have to make them the exact same dimensions, but just in case you do like the size of this one, you'll have some instructions to make it. So this is one of our doggies, Lola, and she likes to sit outside with us while we're working, and she even likes to smile. So I told her to smile for you guys, and so she's smiling for the camera. She's so sweet, and she's our love bug. And then our other love bug, Cadence, is going to help me with this part of the project. And so I just took some Waverly chalk paint in the color Pool, which is that tealy blue, and then some moss. So I just mixed those together and made this really pretty green, and then we're gonna paint the picks, and the glittery ones didn't have a stick with them, so we just stuck in some skewers and broke those off later to fit into our box. And Cadence is such a good painter. The white styrofoam pumpkins actually have a jack-o'-lantern face on it, so I painted over those, and I'm just going to tuck those in so that you can't see the little faces. So then we're going to take some sandpaper, and together Cadence and I did some sanding on our pretty little box and got that all nice and distressed and old looking. So I really loved how my box turned out, and I decided not to glue down my styrofoam to the bottom of the box because I just didn't really want to ruin it by putting the hot glue in there. So we just placed it in there, and then we're going to take some brown moss and some green moss and just put that all over on top of that floral foam, and we just pull it apart and make sure that it's kind of all covered and there's no foam showing. And then on top of the brown we put some of the green and just went about the same business of scattering it all over evenly. And then we're going to take the eucalyptus stems and place those on the sides of the styrofoam and bend them so that they're coming out of the box evenly. And then we took the rest of the greenery and scraps, and Cadence did a really good job. I think she is just totally my girl. And so we just placed those here and there, and then we're going to take our chenille covered pumpkins and place those on skewers and then put them into the styrofoam and kind of tilt them forward and backward, and just so that they were all different angles. And so this way also you're going to have two sides so it can be seen on both the front and the back. Well, there really is no front or back. It's just a two-sided centerpiece. So then we're going to take our little pumpkins and place those here and there in between the bigger pumpkins and just kind of cover up the stems with that greenery. And then I'm going to take my cotton bowls and put those in different places as well, just to give it some more of that white and give it a farmhouse look. And so I just pulled my cotton bowls apart off of the stem, and they're just kind of held together with some real thin paper. So I just pulled them apart so that I could place them individually, and I put a couple here and a couple there. And here it is all finished, and I am absolutely in love with this. I think this turned out so cutie patootie. I have it on my island, and on my island is my sink, and so there's a spot where instead of having a backsplash, you don't always want to see the sink. And so even though my faucet is superly beautiful, I like to have something in between so that it's not just completely open. So I thought this was the perfect place to put this, and it's nice and long and it's pretty from both sides. I love these soft colors, and this just really makes my eyes happy. I also have the name of the viewer that won the 2 standing wooden pumpkins from the Dollar Tree that we're giving away. And so Kim, Heidi, if you're still watching, check out the description box below to see how you can claim your prize. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, comment, let me know what you think. If you're not already, I hope you'll consider hitting that subscribe button down below, as well as the little bell right next to it, so that you can be notified every time I upload a brand new video. I hope everyone is staying safe and keeping the faith. I hope you all have a blessed day, and remember to always be the light. Bye!